What's going on, guys? It's Tom. I'm back with another video. And on this video, I wanted to talk about just something I recently had to do, right? Like I renewed my passport, like I think it was back in April, whatever, a couple months ago. And because I have an SRV visa, which I've had since 20, I don't know, over a year now, about a year and 4 months or whatever. You have to like the SRRV sort of like visa stamp is not like just a stamp. It's like an entire page. It's almost like it's like a laminated page that's in your passport, after you get your when you get your SRV completed. So that has to be transferred over to the new passport, right? And they call it restamping. So I had to do this, and really it involves both the PRA and the Bureau of Immigration. But what you can do is, you just go to the PRA office. I mean, I go to the main office in Manila in Makati, and then they sort of take care of everything, And actually, while I was there, I extended my SRV card for like another year. So, because you could do it for 2 years now, 2 years at a time, and I only had it for up until 23 or whatever, or I'm sorry, until until 25. So now it's good till 26, February, or I think it's February 26th. So I don't have to mess with it for a long time. And I already paid, it was like $10 a year. So it's like basically $20 for 2 years. And then, that's it. So the only thing I have to do now is wait for my passport to come back, with the restamping. So you have to give them your old passport too, right? Old passport and new passport. And then, they transfer in my case, the SRV page over to the new passport. And I'm not sure what they do. Now, I heard what they do, like even if you were on a tourist visa, let's say, and you had to do this and you had to renew your passport in the Philippines, when you get your new one, I think they want to carry over the most recent stamp, the actual most recent stamp that you had in your passport. Like the last time you arrived in the Philippines, that you do have to sort of transfer that over, I guess, into the new passport. Like I said, even if you're on a tourist visa. Or I heard also that the other alternative is if they don't do that for some reason, for whatever reason, you as long as when you travel in the future after getting your new passport, especially for that first couple times, you should also bring your old passport. You know what I mean? So they can see the most recent actual stamp. But the other thing you might want to keep in mind is, when you extend your visa, like a tourist visa, they don't stamp it in your passport. Every like 2 months or whatever. When you have to renew it, it actually they print it out. It's on a separate piece of paper. So if you're gonna be in that situation where you just got your new passport here in the Philippines, you might want to be safe. Hopefully, you still have it. Bring the old passport, the new passport, and all the visa extensions. In between. That go from the last time you arrived in the Philippines to current, just to be safe. Like I said, in my case, probably they're just gonna, they might transfer that last stamp, the arrival stamp, which was back in little over 2 years ago. When I first got here to live. But anyway, so that's some details for you. Just I hope it helps you. When you go through that process. But yeah, I went to the to the PRA. And it wouldn't have taken that long if had I not extended also the card. But whenever you do that, now they got to make a new card for you and all that. So I wound up, I was there for probably almost 2.5, 3 hours total. Now, if I had just done the restamp, that was all pretty much done in an hour. You know what I mean? Like that would have been just probably 1 hour, and then I would have left, and that would have been it. Now, when the time comes, when it's ready, and it could take up to 2 months. They said like basically 6 to 8 weeks, like business days, you know. So it could take 2 months. We'll probably go and pick it up. Although I think if you arrange it with them, they might be able to send it to you, like LBC, to wherever you live, so you don't have to go there and pick it up. But we might just go there and pick it up. And I asked her, I said, that's not going to take too long, is it? Like we're not going to be waiting, right? And she says, no, no, because you bring your stub in, it'll already be ready. It'll be 5 minutes. So I said, all right. So I think what we're going to do is when it's ready, we're going to go pick it up. And while we're there, and instead of just coming home right away, another hour and a half drive back, you know what I mean, in a cab or a grab, we're gonna there's a lot to do around there in Makati. You know what I mean? There's I looked on the Google Maps, man, and there's in that whole area, like almost walking distance or short cab rides, there's like museums and all kinds of stuff there. So I think we're just gonna kind of make a day out of it, you know what I mean? And then, spend some time there and check out some places and then come back later, in the afternoon. So, but that's how it works. I didn't really need to make an appointment per se, with the PRA. I mean, but I did sort of like email them, because I let them know, hey, I'm going to come on this day just in case, like it's some Philippine holiday that you don't know about or something, and they're going to be closed. So I send them an email and they said, yeah, that's fine, sir. If you want to come at 10 a.m., that would be good, or whatever. And I did, uh, so it took care of that. So, but that's about it, guys. I just wanted to talk about this. It's something that some of you guys will have to do. Oh, you know what? I wanted to add with the SRV. I don't know if I did a video about the benefits of it, and I don't know if I mentioned, but you can work in the Philippines, on an SRV type visa, uh, as opposed to like a tourist visa, right? When you're on a tourist visa, you can't work in the Philippines, and you can't even do like charitable stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you want to, I mean, you can, unless you want to just have your wife or girlfriend, be the front person. You know what I mean? And then you could just be there, sort of behind the scenes watching or whatever. But you can't sort of like technically, you can't sort of be in charge of it. You know what I mean? So it is kind of a nice thing when you have those other types of visas, like I think marriage visas and all that are the same as well, where you can work if you wanted to, in the Philippines, you wouldn't have to worry about it. And the credentials, right, are what you need. Like in my specific visa, and they're all like 50 and older. They used to have one that was only 35 years old and older, but they did away with that, like during the pandemic, I think. So it's like 50 and older you have to be years old. And then with my particular, military courtesy or, expanded courtesy, whatever, military visa, SRV, you need like 1,000 a month minimum pension. And it doesn't have to be, a military pension. It could be Social Security. You don't have to, in order to get this visa, you don't have to be like a 20 or 30-year military man. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like retired, full pension military person. You just need an honorable discharge, like minimum, I think it's whatever it is, 2 or 3 years. I mean, I did 4 years because that's the normal term enlistment in the Air Force. Okay. Actually, it was 4 years active and 2 years inactive. That's what they were doing when way back in 1980. That's how they did it when you enlisted. In other words, the 2 years inactive would be like when I got out, if something happened, like a war or something, or, something serious, they could call you back. You know what I mean? Like within 2 years after you got out of your 4-year term, they could call you back. So, but they never did. It was basically, 84, 85, 86, and nothing that serious happened at that time that would, cause them to do that. So, but just so you guys know, though, I wanted to clarify that. And yeah, that's it, guys. And I appreciate. I've gotten a pretty good batch of subs, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, please, if you like the video, just hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already doing so. Share it if you want with somebody. If you know somebody that can benefit from this information, by all means, share it with them. I really do appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.